Another quarter of 2022 is over, and man were there a lot of New Balances that released during that quarter. In this video, I'm gonna go over my top 10 favorite New Balances that were released during quarter 3 of 2022, and this list is in no particular order. And I'm going to begin the video with my 4 favorite Teddy Santis Season 1 releases during quarter 3. These 4 are the Marigold 990 V2 in this bright orange colorway, the Navy and Springtide 990 V3, the Raw Amethyst 990 V3, and the Olive Black and Purple 990 V3. I go deeper into my thoughts and why I like these pairs a lot in my Teddy 16 ranking video, but to sum it up, I really love the louder colorways in the Marigold V2, the Amethyst V3, and the Olive and Purple V3, and the Springtide V3. I originally thought I would have liked the Springtide 990 V2 better because I personally like the V2 better in terms of looks, but this navy and Springtide colorway just works so well on the V3 silhouette. I like the contrast between the navy and the Springtide, and while it's not necessarily a very loud colorway, it still has a nice amount of color in contrast to the more neutral tones. And next up, we have the Carhartt Work in Progress 990 V1 collaboration. This was one of my most anticipated New Balances that I talked about during the beginning of 2022. Carhartt Work in Progress collaborating with a Main USA model was really exciting, and the fact that they were rumored to be on a V1 was even more exciting. In my opinion, I feel like the 990 V1 is a very underrated and underappreciated New Balance silhouette, especially when it comes to the 990 Evolution. It seems like a V2 and later are more popular than the V1, so I was really excited to see that it was confirmed to be a V1 and it was this great. I love the hairy suede utilized on the shoe. It definitely encapsulates Carhartt Work in Progress's aesthetic. It definitely has the workwear tones and vibes. I like the tan ankle lining and how it contrasts with the navy and gray. And overall, it's a very rock solid collab, and I also like the small hits of Carhartt brand. And next up, we have the Tokyo Design Studio RC Elite V2 in the Japan colorway. I originally thought this was yet another Stone Island collaboration, given the fact that the upper had the jagged panels of, well, I'm not really too sure what you call the materials on the upper of the RC Elite, but it has the same jagged aesthetic and design as the previous 3 Stone Island RC Elite V2 collabs, but this is actually just a Tokyo Design Studio GR from New Balance, and despite it not being a Stone Island collab, I think it is really dope. This is my personal favorite out of the 4 shoes that have this jagged aesthetic. I'm already a big fan of the classic JP colorway, but it just works so well on this silhouette with the jagged aesthetic. I think Tokyo Design Studio did an excellent job on this colorway, and it was definitely a sleeper release during quarter 3. And next up, we have the Palace 580 collaboration, specifically in the bright spruce and pansy colorway. So this Palace collaboration marks the long-awaited return of the 580 silhouette, and I gotta say, this loud colorway looks excellent. I love the hairy suedes, and I love the contrasting bright colors. I think it works really well together. Unfortunately, they released during the beginning of fall, so if you were to get them, it might be a little out of season, but still a dope colorway nonetheless, and I'm really excited to see more of the 580 in 2023. And it's also nice to see these sitting, so if you really want them, you can still get them. And next up, we have the 9060 in the workwear colorway. This, in my opinion, is probably the best 9060 GR colorway so far. I personally didn't really care for any of the 9060 colorways that came before it, but this workwear colorway looks so good on the 9060. I just love that shade of tan. It also has hairy suede. You guys know I'm a big sucker for hairy suede, and it overall just looks like an excellent GR, and it might even be the first 9060 I pick up. And next up, we have the 991 in the Vachetta tan leather colorway. This 991 has yet to release in the USA, but it has since then released in Asia, and from the pictures, I really love this shoe. I love how it's an almost all leather upper, and that Vachetta tan looks so good. And what I'm more excited about this colorway is the fact that as you wear it, it will patina and it will age really nicely as you wear the shoe as it's intended. intended. I think New Balance needs to use high quality leather more often on their shoes. I feel like their USA and UK production would really enhance the shoes with these high quality leathers, and the fact that they look better over time just makes the shoes that much better. And lastly, I'm gonna kind of cheat here, but instead of just one more shoe, I'm gonna do two silhouettes, and that's gonna be the 1906R and the RC30. The 1906R is not a new silhouette, but it is a retro. The 1906R was a popular running shoe in the 2000s, but was since then vaulted and only recently brought back. And the RC30 is a new 70s inspired silhouette. In my opinion, I feel like the RC30 is one of the best 70s inspired lifestyle models since the 327. I like how it's very similar to the actual OG track shoes from the 70s and its overall aesthetic. And the 1906R is looking like a great platform for awesome GRs and collaborations, and I'm excited to see New Balance do more with this model and the RC30 in 2023. So what were your guys' favorite New Balances from quarter 3 of 2022? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments. We are nearing the end of 2022, and man, that best New Balances of 2022 list is gonna be hard. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Follow me on my socials. Thank you to all my Patreon backers. Check out the Intelligence site for more New Balance content and guides, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.